Now more than ever, basketball superstars are in the public eye before they even reach the NBA draft. Professional scouts are finding the next big thing when they are still studying arithmetic and history in high school. LeBron James, Zion Williamson, and Kobe Bryant are just a few examples of NBA icons who were on the league's radar before they graduated. This is because young players can be truly incredible and showcase some of the important features and attributes that all teams are looking for. So why not find and invest in these players when they're young and then draft them the moment they become eligible? You don't find natural talent like that every day. Some of these players are made even better because of the teammates that they had, and some of the biggest current names in the league played with some of their fiercest competitors back in the day. Yes, many of the basketball players that you love now played with one another while rising through the ranks of high school ball. So which members of the NBA's best and brightest knew each other in school? Who played together and who studied together? Jared Solinger and Trey Burke. Now you know a Trey Burke for his dynamite first season with the Utah Jazz. Although Burke started late due to a broken finger in the preseason, he would later go on to become a starter for the Jazz and win the NBA All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. He also finished third in the NBA Rookie of the Year rankings. Eventually, he was traded to the Wizards, Knicks, and 76ers, and now plays in Dallas for the Mavericks. And you're probably aware of Jared Solinger if you're a huge Boston Celtics fan. Although Solinger now plays in the Korean Basketball League, he was once a standout player with Boston after being drafted during the first round of the 2012 NBA Draft. But before Burke and Solinger were making moves in the NBA, they were playing together at Northland High School in Columbus, Ohio. Solinger's senior year was Burke's junior year. Together, the pair would help lead their team to an undefeated 21-0 regular season and the #1 ranking in the nation. But that wasn't the start of their partnership. Burke and Solinger actually met one another all the way back in grade school and built their brotherhood around basketball from a young age. In fact, these two were so close that Solinger would keep a set of clothing at the Burke house, and according to Trey, Jared would stay at his house for about 5 to 6 days straight. However, it wasn't just Burke and Solinger who worked together on the team. Their dads did too. Solinger's dad, Satch, was the coach, while Burke's father was assistant coach. It was a family affair for the Burkes and Solingers. Surely their fathers are still rooting them on to this day, and because of their chemistry and their time together, Burke and Solinger remained close all the way into the NBA. Kyrie Irving and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist is still considered a legend of the University of Kentucky due to the astonishing 2011-2012 season with the Wildcats. That year, Kidd-Gilchrist earned multiple awards, including All-SEC Freshman Team, All-SEC Defensive Team, First Team All-SEC, and most importantly, NCAA Champion. He would later go on to be drafted by the Charlotte Bobcats and was off to a terrific start, scoring 25 points and 12 rebounds in just his 5th NBA game. Injuries would lessen Kidd-Gilchrist's impact on the game, and he went on to miss a lot of games before being shipped to the Dallas Mavericks, then the Knicks, where he was waived. And of course, you know about Kyrie Irving. Obviously, Irving is in the news right now for his vaccination stance and the jeopardy that he's put his career in. But it should never be forgotten that Kyrie Irving is an amazing point guard and one of the best basketball players around. His time with the Cleveland Cavaliers, Boston Celtics, and Brooklyn Nets has been controversial, to put it gently, but it's also resulted in 7 NBA All-Star appearances for Irving, as well as awards for NBA Rookie of the Year, NBA Three-Point Contest Champion, and a championship ring in 2016. But before they were making waves in Charlotte and Cleveland, Kidd-Gilchrist and Irving were impressing scouts at St. Patrick High School in Hillside, New Jersey. Irving actually transferred to St. Patrick, where he met Kidd-Gilchrist and started playing with him immediately. Together, young Kyrie and Michael would lay waste to their opponents and win the New Jersey Tournament of Champions in their very first year playing together. Kevin Durant and Ty Lawson. In the 2009 NBA Draft, Ty Lawson was selected as the 18th overall pick by the Minnesota Timberwolves, before being immediately traded to the Denver Nuggets. With the Nuggets, Lawson would play for 6 seasons before heading to the Rockets, Pacers, Kings, and Wizards. He currently spends his time playing for a Chinese basketball team. And Kevin Durant is probably one of the top 3 basketball players alive. You don't need to know his credentials, and in case you have forgotten, he got a start as part of the epic Big Three of him, James Harden, and Russell Westbrook on the Oklahoma City Thunder before he earned himself a couple of rings with the Golden State Warriors and then headed out east to lead the Brooklyn Nets. Through it all, Durant has remained one of the most incredible, dominant, disciplined players in the league. Durant actually played for several high schools back in his youth, but he linked up with Ty Lawson during his junior year at Oak Hill Academy in Virginia. That happens to be the same school that honed the skills of Carmelo Anthony and Rajon Rondo in earlier seasons. Durant and Lawson didn't play together for very long because Durant moved away after his single season with Oak Hill, playing for the Texas Longhorns for a year before he was drafted as the number 2 pick in the draft. Although they didn't spend much time together, Lawson and Durant played well as a unit and showed off just a taste of explosiveness that they would later be known for. Because of their time together, Durant and Lawson remained friends and were known for giving each other hard times when they would battle against one another. Back in 2013, Lawson stunned the Thunder when he buried a deep 22-footer with just 0.2 seconds left in a game. After the game, Durant kept Lawson humble by telling him it was a lucky shot. Ben Simmons and DAngelo Russell. Ben Simmons and DAngelo Russell have certainly gone through their fair share of ups and downs in the NBA. DAngelo wasn't given the proper respect he deserved on the Los Angeles Lakers, and would later bloom into an incredible player for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Meanwhile, Ben Simmons was selected as the number 1 pick in the 2016 NBA Draft. And while he's shown off some impressive, undeniable skill, he is currently locked in a bitter dispute with his Philadelphia 76ers and is fighting to not play for them. Back in the day, these two major A-list players actually teamed up when they both went to Montverde Academy, a private college preparatory school in Florida. Russell transferred there in his sophomore year from Central High School in Louisville, while Ben Simmons came to Florida from his home country of Australia. Together, the two teammates set the high school basketball world on fire, claiming a killer 45-2 record. Because of their sheer power, Montverde would win back-to-back Dick's High School National Tournament champions in 2013 and 2014. In their second year together, Russell and Simmons would go undefeated. Now, ironically, these former teammates are now part of a speculative deal that could have them swapping places. Ever since Simmons made it known that he doesn't want to play in Philly anymore, people have been wondering who the 76ers will get in place of him. And now there are some saying it could be DAngelo Russell. This is because they are about on par with one another in terms of talent and would assist each other's teams in the right ways. DAngelo Russell would be a sharpshooter for Philly, and Simmons would add tremendous power on defense for the Timberwolves. Now, is it possible that Ben Simmons and DAngelo Russell, who started together back in high school, will now collaborate again one more time in a blockbuster trade that shakes up the NBA? Well, that remains to be seen. But what if they teamed up again? If the 76ers or Timberwolves were smart, they would spend all the money and talent they can to land DAngelo Russell and Ben Simmons in order to have them play together. Why not? It would take a lot of effort and it would be one heck of a trade, but it could make a championship caliber team in seconds. They once ruled the high school basketball world, why couldn't they rule the professional one too? A basketball player is only as good as the rest of his team, and these pairings prove that some of the finest guys in the NBA were once playing against other titans of the game. Somewhere in the country right now, a high school team is creating the next Kevin Durant, DAngelo Russell, or Kyrie Irving. Who do you think is the best high school player in NBA history? Which of these pairs showed the most promise, and which of them didn't make good on it? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you can stay tuned to all things NBA with us.